Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to Smart Code. We will continue the same discussion, the Postman automation suite, which we started creating in our last video. And we currently have again the same single endpoint, which is returning us the list of users. And previously we have these three tests, and those were against the statuses and the response time. Next test we can add around the headers. We have one example here in this list as well. Let me include that one, which is content type. So we can check that we have content type header present in the request response. Let me test that. We have that as pass, content type is there, but how we can actually test the value of that content type? We can check that through our test. So let me copy paste this same test for the content type. And in this test, we are checking content type value is application slash JSON present. So for that one, what we can do, we first of all can take the content type header from the response. We'll create a variable here and postman dot response dot headers dot get, and we can get the content dash type header. And to check its value, we can expect now postman dot expect content type header dot equal, and the whole value from this response we can pick that one like this, and let's run the test. We have that test now passed. So this is one thing. What we can do as well is to check a part of that header value in the response. To that we can do is to dot include. So if the value include, let's say, that substring, right, in the actual value at any position, that should be okay as well. So we are getting that passed as well, right? So these are the both ways we can check the whole value or the part of value for a response header value. That was the second test we can apply on the header, the response headers. The third thing is we should also check that particular headers are not getting exposed to expose the useful information which can help hackers to hack the API. Let's say the actual server or the name of the server. This is a one example. We should not expose that either this is IIS or any Apache or any other server. We should not expose that one as well. So to check that, we can apply that test case as well around the headers. So let me add another test case, and that would be, let's say, first we check if we have the server header appearing, which is here. So that will be passed straight away. So 6 out of 6 are passed, which is fine. But we want that header is not present in the response. How we can do that? We just can put 2 dot not have header server. So now in that case, over this test, the last test will be failed, and we can say that server header should not present in the response. So currently it's appearing, so we can remove that in the actual API, and after that this test will be passed. Let's say to double check, let's say we have a different header that we want to check that this is not present in the response, and if we try now, okay, this time response took 103 milliseconds. So this is the real time test case that our response is taking much more time, and we have checked the API why this is happening. Now this time 6 out of 6 are passed, which is good. So we have now 6 tests against our get users endpoint, and again let's run that collection 10 times to see the results. So now we have all 60 tests, 6 milliseconds are been taken, 10 iterations, and all the 60 are passed. No test has been failed or skipped, which is great. So that was the second video against these test suite we are creating against our RESTful API. And Again, I want to mention that we will be achieving the automation against those test suits at some point through another tool. I will share that tool later on in our coming videos. So to learn that, stay tuned, keep watching. This is Usman Code.